In this video, we're going to make a start on the timing chain. So this is the first time I've ever done a timing chain on a car. I've done a timing belt on a Fiat 500 for the first time. If you haven't seen that video, go back and watch that. That was an experience and a half. I'm going to try and do this with very little tools, so you could probably do it yourself at home. I'm trying to save money, obviously, by doing the things myself, and by you guys watching me, you could probably save a bit of money as well. The car's done nearly 105,000 miles and it does suffer with a few engine lights. After changing the loom on the car, it seemed to take a while before it actually fired up. So it's something definitely wrong with it. Also, the EPC light was coming on and the engine management light is coming on, and now the battery's flat, so it's something draining that battery quite quickly. So it's something definitely wrong with the engine. And it might even be something wrong with the wiring or sensor. Loom had been cut previously and hacked into, probably to shut off some warning lights to stop them from coming on. And now we've got extra warning lights coming on the dashboard. So this car is full of electrical problems. As you all know, I've done a hell of a lot of work on this car already. And this was supposed to be a quick flip. But obviously it's turned out to take a lot longer than expected. The bodywork side of it is looking really good now, but we've still got a lot of mechanical issues to sort out and electrical issues to sort out. I honestly think this is, the timing chain is out slightly on it, and I think someone has changed it before. And the reason why I say it's been changed before is because all the sealant around the cam cover is all leaking and haven't been sealed correctly, and it's just leaking oil all down the timing chain cover and the sump. So that tells me that's been off. We're gonna have to jack the car up so we can get underneath it. I want to show you the leaks, and you can see how bad the oil leaks are and the reasons why I'm doing this anyway. I think the rattle is coming from the oil pump chain, because I don't think that's been changed and that's stretched as well. So we've got a pile of parts to put on the car. First of all, I just want to show you underneath the car, and then I'm going to drag all the parts out and show you what we've got, and then we're going to start stripping the engine down. Now that the car's up off the ground, I just want to show you, whether you can see that or not, this is the cam cover casing. The chain is in there, but it is leaking down there. Let's go underneath and I'll show you underneath the car. Now, I haven't really looked closely underneath here myself yet. All the sump is leaking all the way around, and I think it is leaking from the casing. Just wanted to show you, that's the back of the engine leaking as well. You can't really see it, but it is leaking quite badly. As you've just seen, the car is really sick and it's got full of oil leaks, so we need to sort that as well. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the stuff out ready, lay it out on the floor to see what I got, to make sure I've got everything needed to do this job. So that doesn't look like much, but that's more or less it in all its glory. So that's for the oil pump, and that's the oil pump chain, and obviously that's for the timing chain, the bottom section. That wraps around that, and then it also wraps around the timing chain. We've got the guides, we've got obviously all the screws and fittings there, all there, the tensioner. Hopefully that's right. New timing chain. I can't remember how much this was. I'm sure it was like 120 quid for the kit, or it might have been 90 odd. Just call it 100 odd quid for that. But this, because I had to go to the dealer for this one, although they're all dealer parts, I managed to get this end of stock on eBay for about £100 odd. But this I had to go to main dealer, and this was like 120 odd quid on its own, just for these. So, not cheap, but that's why it hasn't been done. I forgot to mention the timing tool kit. This was $19.95 off eBay, and you will need this to lock the engine in place. So the first thing I want to do is drop all the old crappy oil, because that sump has got to come off. Might as well just start with emptying all the oil out of it, ready. Do you know what? I am absolutely loving these lights. It's getting dark outside, but the lights are working great. They're holding at 12.1 at the moment. They've been on that for ages. I am well chuffed. So over the moon. If you haven't watched the solar panel installation, go and watch that. I'll put a card up above for you to watch. We start off by undoing the sump plug just to get rid of that dirty old oil. It'd be interesting to see how dirty that oil is. If you undo the oil cap and the dipstick, the oil will drain out a hell of a lot quicker. I've just realised pretty quickly that I haven't got the right tools to do this job properly. You know, these are no good, they're too big. I haven't got any more Torx bits. This is my Alford's advanced set, and all these they're either lost or broken. I haven't got around to change them, but these are too big anyway, and the ones that I need are gone. I'm going to have to try and find some Torx bits and buy some. To do this job properly, you need the right tools. And this is not good. I can undo the top ones, but I can't get in there, and you got to get down there, so that's no good. This is my Audi S1 that I built on a channel, and I could be giving you my keys and you could be driving it away. You could actually buy this car for £5, and the only way you could actually drive this away for £5 is getting involved in the website raffle.com. Raffle.com is a safe and secure site, just like PayPal. Tickets is just £5 and there's 4,000 tickets available. There's piles of ticket discounts as well, and I'm constantly updating different offers. The raffle ends the 31st of March, so you really need to be quick. I've only sold 500 tickets, so I really need everyone to get involved. I also want to say a big thank you to everyone who has bought a ticket, because you are in with a chance of winning this car. Go to raffle.com, or the link will be in the description. Good luck everyone. Expensive. Oh, I might have that. I might have that one there, only to replace the ones I've lost in my big set. So I might go for that one there. That's 50 quid. This one's alright. 45 quid for all that. I might have that one for all the sockets. So I basically bought that in the end. I've just looked at that and I thought I'll just replace the ones I'm missing, but I will be coming back down eventually and replacing the ones that I've broken. So I might be doing another video on that. But Alford's advanced set, I think that was 12 quid, something like that. So you can't go wrong for that really. And hopefully we can crack on with the timing chain. Back to the garage. So I was missing quite a few of these bits, so I'm going to be replacing a lot of that. In time I'm going to go down to Alford's and replace all the ones that's broken, but for now I've got some replacement ones. So I wanted these little ones so I can make a start, so that's what we're going to do next. So we start off by undoing all these Torx bolts. There's a few there, but they're all buried underneath these fuel pipes, so you just got to try and move things out of the way and you should be able to get the stuff. Now if we look down there, you can see where it's been leaking down the front of the engine. The screws are in my little tray there. So we'll take this cover off. This cover was a bit of a pain because the mastic was stuck solid. It's a shame it weren't that good all the way around. But it will come off, you just got to take your time and be patient. I would probably say that's condensation though, and not water. Because there's nothing in the cap. I probably would have thought, because the car's been standing a long time, it hasn't really been driven far. It's probably condensation is just built up inside the cam cover. So that's the top of the timing chain. I've got to be honest, I don't know whether that's been changed or not. I couldn't tell you what the original one should look like. Someone's definitely been in the top of this, mind, but look at the state of it. So we're going to have to clean all this up, make sure it's all sealed nice and properly. There you go, it's a better look. You can just see the guides there. I can't see no slackness in the chain, so it looks okay. But we'll see when we start stripping down more. So the top of the timing tool for the cam goes in there, so it locks in place there, and you lock it up with that screw. So we've got to take this pipe out of the way for it to go in there. So I'm going to undo that and take that out first, so that's freed up that bit. So then that's the top part of the engine done then. There's another torque screw holding this pipe on. I think it's a breather pipe, to be honest. It comes out pretty easily. You've just got to give it a wiggle and it will come out eventually. See that little tab? I think that's got to come out of the way to reveal the cam. I'm just going to try and pull it out. Grooves there, and that's where you lock in. Tool goes in and screws into there once it's top dead center. To get to the rest of the timing chain, we got to take the front wheel off and the arch liner. Luckily enough, the arch liner on this car is already off because I haven't put it on since I repaired the wing. Now that the wheel is off, I've already got the arch liner out, but you'd have to remove the arch liner first. This was already out, I never put it back in. You remove all that to get to the bottom part of the engine. So you need to undo all this, all the sump bolts. We're not doing that just yet. You want to remove the belt. So you want to take the tensioner off the belt, remove the belt out of the way, and then we want to drop the sump. So we need to undo all the bolts for that. We're going to have a look at this oil first. Looking at that oil, it just looks very dirty. Not very good. It just hasn't been cleaned for a long time, it looks like. So it's just a neglected, dirty engine. So next I'm going to use a 16mm socket on the tensioner just to slacken it off so I can get the belt out. Hopefully it is a bit tight, but you can get down there. And I've used a pry bar on the top as well, and I'm just going to pull it down from underneath. Looking at the belt, it still looks like it's the original one, but it's in really good condition, and I believe these last the lifetime of the car, so no need to change that. But if yours is worn or looks like it's starting to fail, obviously replace it. I think this is some sort of coolant pipe or water pipe, but it's held on by a 10mm bolt. I'm just putting the bolt back in so I don't lose it, and I know where it's come from. So there's quite a few bolts to take off for the sump, but I'm hoping we might not have to undo that exhaust. So hopefully it'll just slide out and down. But we have got to take, just behind the bell housing there, there's going to be some more screws, so we're going to have to take them out, but we'll get most of these out first. To be honest, there's a few bolts to undo on this, and they're not all in easy places to get to. But I suppose if you do take your time, it will come out. Yeah, I don't like using an impact tool if I can help it, and try and do a lot by hand. No, please. It's one of the reasons why I don't like using power tools, is because they're so easy to round them off, or nuts off and things. So that's why I like to use things by hand. You seem to have more control over it, but that's knackered now and I can't get it out. So I'm gonna have to use and then what this does is you put it over the head of whatever you're extracting and you just unscrew it. So it's going to be this one because it's a tight fit. I'm going to tap that over the top of that, and the good thing about these, you can use a socket or a spanner and it should come undone. Fingers crossed, but we'll obviously have to replace it then after that. Absolutely gutted, it didn't record. Anyway, what I did was tap that over the end of that, and then I just put a socket on it and undone it. It's come out. So I'm sorry I didn't capture that for you guys, but it's literally tap that on the end of that and then it grips it and pulls it out. These are probably the best things I've ever bought, because if you ever round off something like this, it does get it off really easily. And these are a game changer, especially when you're working on cars. Definitely highly recommend these. I think I got them from Amazon. I will, if I can find the link for them, I will put it in the description for you. But I bought them a long time ago, but it's still brilliant. I've just got to undo these two bolts there so I can get to the other Sump bolts, because they're behind that bracket, behind the bell housing. Oh, that's lucky. You get some are really long and you've got to take the exhaust down to get to it. That's luck. If you look at that, it's curved around the exhaust, so hopefully that pan will just drop down enough for me to get it out, and I don't have to drop my exhaust down, because it's a straight through exhaust on it. So I don't know whether it's been modified or what, but there's nothing all the way down there, it's straight through. So I can't undo it unless I take it from the cat. Now if you look, there's more bolts there. How are you supposed to get to them? I'm not being funny, I don't know whether you can see that or not, but I've had to use a 10mm spanner on this one here, because I can't put the socket on it because it hits the bell housing, so you can't get nothing deep enough in there to get to it. What a crappy design. Oh my god. This one's even worse. I've had to use an Allen key to get up there, just like that, and then I've put a 10mm socket over the end on this bar and use it as a pry bar, and I managed to undo it that way. What a stupid design. Don't forget to undo the oil sensor. We've got one more there and one more there. To be honest, I got really lucky with this oil pan. It comes straight down and out, and I didn't have to remove the exhaust or drop it down at all. That's the only good part about this design. The rest of it can do one. I'm not being funny, I don't know what silicone they've used. Looks like paint. It's not the best, and inside's quite dirty, so you can tell that this hasn't had a lot of oil changes. So we'll clean all that out. But exactly, stay to me, but exactly what I was saying was happening has happened. The noise you could hear is the oil pump chain, and let me show you what I mean. Now that's the oil pump chain. It's also run off the timing chain cog as well, off there inside, but that's probably why it's rattling. I think it is a common fault with these particular cars. How loose that is. It shouldn't be that loose. So obviously when your engine is running, it's just turning and rattling. That's what I thought was the problem, hence the noise when it was running. So changing this is going to make a massive difference to how loud the engine is. And not only that, you're preventing a major catastrophe there, because if that snapped, that's the end of your oil pump. Oil starvation, bang, engine seized. So changing that was the most expensive part, but changing this is going to make a massive difference. The state of that. I wanted to show you the oil pickup. Look at that. Now that's what happens when you poorly maintain your car and you don't basically do regular oil changes. That's full of crap. That oil is desperately needed to be changed. There's a lot of carbon build up inside the bottom of the engine, which is normal. It's just very dirty. I'll clean the bottom of this off so we can reseal it properly. I'm going to take this off and clean it out, because that is really bad. Eventually, if that got blocked to a point that it wouldn't suck up any more oil, that's the end of the engine. So lucky we're doing this now. So I can't wait to get into this bit next, but it's getting late now. But it's dark outside, totally dark. My lights are on still. I've been up here a good while. They're on about 11.2, so the battery's holding really well. Them lights are working great. So it's dark now. I'm going to leave it there for this episode now. In the next one, we're going to time this engine up, get it top dead center, and strip the chain out and refit it all properly. So far we've done really well with the progress. If you like this sort of content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Don't forget the Audi S1 raffle. That's doing really well, but I really need it to go. At the moment it's on less than 500 tickets sold, so that's nowhere near where it needs to be to give away the car. I've only got till the end of March for it to go, so I really need you guys to buy a ticket, get involved in our raffle, and hopefully you could be driving away that Audi S1. Follow me on TikTok, Reviving Salvage. Follow me on Instagram, Reviving_Salvage, and follow me on YouTube, guys. I'll see you all in a bit.